Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Random Rhapsody's Æther-Shanties. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for the SAGAS campaign, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Alyssa, Joe, KOINES, Nico, and Nobody. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Aren't they great? Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with a word from our sponsor for this campaign, SAGAS. SAGAS stands for Setting and Genre Agnostic System, and was created by OKest RPGs. It's a universal rules-light TTRPG designed to help you tell your story in any world imaginable. Choose from over 100 unique features to build your character, or use the guidelines for quickly making your own unique abilities. SAGAS promotes helping allies over helping yourself and encourages teamwork to succeed in challenges. You can use the smooth and fast combat rules to describe epic team combos that you can use in combat to take down your foes. In whatever setting you can imagine, SAGAS provides a smooth integration of rules to create a unique framework to help tell your adventures. The game uses a check-based roll-under resolution system, which is unique to most TTRPG systems. Your character features can change the size of the dice you roll, and your allies can help by giving you more dice to roll, improving your chances of getting the lowest possible number. There is a free 35-page SAGAS playtest available on DriveThruRPG, and the Kickstarter has been funded and will be coming out soon. You can find the link in our chat and show descriptions. This week we have on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, Sonnet of Blood, our Curse of Strahd campaign. Then after that, on Thursday, we have Loroupa Tales, Tyranny of Dragons. That's at 7 p.m. as well. And then in a little over a week, we're going to be doing the finale of our winter one-shot. Which is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. We're fighting off Baba Lysaga. Can't wait for that. They can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we're doing here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter is @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky is Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok is Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's it. We're done for our announcements. So join us as we return to the multiverse around Loroupa and join the crew of the Wayfinder and their Æther-Shanties. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And, let's tell you a little bit about our campaign. This is a SAGAS campaign based on Spelljammer. We're kind of crazy, but we're coming up on our recap, which means I'm going to offer up the Random Rhapsody coin. The Random Rhapsody coin is good for 1 free reroll during this game. But if I do the recap, I get the coin, and I get to use it in all sorts of crazy ways. It's insane. Last time I got it, a bunch of people got shot by a sniper. So I don't know. Maybe y'all want to deal with that. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it up to y'all. Who wants to do the recap this week?
You know what? Let's make it short and sweet. I'll do the job.
Fair enough. In that case, Skarn, tell us what happened last time on Æther-Shanties.
Okay, so we were chasing this pirate guy because we have to kill the pirate guy if we want to get the information on how to save our boss's partner from these, like, all-seeing monks who are being real jerks about not telling us how to save our boss's partner. I mean, come on, you're monks, come on. You can save a life for free. But anyway, so we caught up to their ship, and we're pretty sure the captain was the only one on board, and so we got on there, and we were like, I don't know, just sort of trying to figure out where he might be hiding. And then I think I got shot by a sniper or something. I couldn't tell you. It's weird how that happens sometimes. But, you know.
And I didn't even have the coin then.
Yeah, I don't know. Woke up, like, later? I don't know how much later. Doc seemed pretty upset about it, honestly. I'm not feeling great, but they dropped me off back at the ship and then did something else on the other ship for a while. I don't know. I was convalescing. Oh boy.
We stole shit, bud. That's what we did.
I mean,
a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
I figured. That was kind of part of the exercise, yeah.
Hey, thanks Epic Realms for the raid. Glad to see you. And well
I
done,
love me some
Skarn.
stealing.
There you go, Skarn. There's the Random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it. Maybe on stealing. It's only going to last this session. Well then, Wayfinder crew. The Barracuda has been destroyed, and your ship is limping back to the Rock of Vral. Your airship has been moderately damaged, but thanks to Boomy's engineering skills, at least your ship's engines have managed to make it through the fight relatively unscathed. It is aboard the airship are a group of dragonlings who you rescued from enslavement aboard the pirate vessel before you destroying it. These creatures are currently below deck in one of the crew quarters, resting up from the ordeal, while the rest of you have gathered up inside the command cabin to discuss your next move. You had taken this job of defeating the pirates in the hopes of finding the location of Mr. Crowborn's partner, who has been kidnapped by the cult of the Veiled One and is being held in an undisclosed location. The Pragmatic Order of Thought has promised to reveal that location to you if you proved yourselves by defeating the Barracuda, which means you have a reward waiting for you when you return. At your ship's present speed, you should be arriving at the port city in a few short hours. So, with that in mind, Wayfinder crew, what do you want to do?
I mean, a nap would be good.
Oh, well, I think we need to heal people up as best we can.
Yep.
So when it comes to healing, I guess just with the potions, but also, isn't there like healing kits that a doc can do to like heal us? Would that be using magic and their effort points and stuff like that?
For the supplies, everyone should.
Yeah, Zolos used it. Because Zolos took a pretty big hit too.
Yeah, let me just pull up the inventory again for that, because like I was updating it as we were going.
I just have one med kit and one wound closure potion in my bag.
Okay.
Boomy, you're
Apparently I have
actually
2
relatively
medkits.
unscathed. You've been down below decks this entire time.
Oh, okay. Nothing exploded on me or like caught me on fire.
No, you had some pretty good rolls.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens when someone else rolls for you.
Right? All I can do is blow myself up when I'm here.
Yep,
Damn.
that's true.
That's
Right
okay.
now, as far as positioning goes, Lark, you are at the helm, maintaining the wheel and watching your speed. The engine speed is going moderately paced right now. Boomy, you don't want to crank it up full blast right now. Things are holding, but it would be good to get back in port and do some maintenance on the engines. Skarn, you are the one wearing the command crown, and you are sitting in the captain's chair, and you are, let's face it, exhausted. You're barely conscious. And Zolos ain't looking great either.
3 times today. This has not been a good day.
3 times today, yes.
Yeah.
Zolos has got at least, he's 3 of 5 on his health, so he's a little better than half. But he's taken a couple of good shots in the last couple fights.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he'll heal up as much as he can with what we've got, but he would push that on like Skarn, because Skarn definitely needs the most help.
Mm-hmm. So I can do one more heal on Skarn, which will also help with reducing a wound severity.
That would be nice. As it stands, I'll need a week before I can recover health naturally. Outside of that, I'm just stuck on potions for that whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will probably do a nice little just pat on the back. Yeah. And heal you for that. So there goes the effort. From what it looks like, we have about probably 5 health potions across the board for now.
Because we didn't find any med supplies on the Barracuda, right?
No med supplies on the Barracuda. We found lots of treasure, so we can buy more supplies. And,
and then we got foodstuffs and stuff. We got some decent supplies for other stuff, but we didn't get the good stuff.
Yeah. And I know, like, for each of us are like little med kits. It depends on whether or not you know if you've used yours.
And
I'm running on the assumption that. Sorry?
What does the med kit do, like, mechanically?
Okay.
That was all at once.
Yeah, that was all at once. Zolos, what did you say?
Zolos used his, so he will hold off until everybody else needs something first, because he's usually pretty lucky when it's coming to the big fights. I have tremendously done well, much better than I probably should, and now I'm probably gonna die because I fucking voiced that out loud. But he is. I mean, it's 3 out of 5. He's okay for now.
Okay. Boomy, what were you saying?
I was saying, like, what does the med kit do mechanically?
It has a bunch of health potions, yeah.
Sorry. Heals 1 hit point.
1 hit point. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or a wound severity, because they all have a wound closure potion in them.
So wound closure just closes wounds, and then the med kit can do either healing or wound closure. Is that correct?
Yeah, so a healing potion heals 1 hit point. A wound closure potion heals 1 wound. So, like, for example, they're separate things. So, for example, Skarn has,
I have it written down 2 first aid kits, which I guess are separate from potions, but I don't know in what way.
That's literally the question I'm asking. What is a med kit or a first aid kit?
So the med kits, this was something that Dr. Bloom kind of crafted. Can you explain it a little bit?
For sure. So I gave everyone a med kit that included 1 health potion, 1 wound closure, bandages, sanitizer, and scissors. Like it's an actual little first aid kit
Okay,
for
I
everybody.
got you. So
yeah.
it's the box that everything in. It doesn't have its own
Yeah, it doesn't-
statistics.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
I
its
got
own.
Okay.
But basically, it's a tool that helps you. Like, if somebody's bleeding out, you can use that to stabilize them. That's basically
Yeah.
what that is.
Sick. So it gives everybody the ability to stabilize. Okay.
Ash. So
That's good.
I'm gonna chime in real quick before I turn to Skarn. Ashley N is redeeming a healing surge right now. So
Healing surge is good.
in Æther-Shanties, which is a different system than most other RPGs. They have very limited healing pool. A healing surge heals all of the heroes for 1 hit point in this game.
Rad, thank you.
Sweet.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Which means that the gods are currently looking down in favor on the Wayfinder crew. As they're zooming through the Aether space, they all just kind of feel a strange sort of rejuvenation. Kind of like a pulse that they ride through that just rejuvenates them a little bit. The universe is strange. It's infinite, which means everything that exists could possibly exists somewhere in this multiverse. And so, for some random reason, they just flew through a random healing patch.
Tight.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, Skarn, what were you saying?
I don't think I was saying anything other than stating what I had in my inventory, which we've already gone over by this
Gotcha.
point.
Okay, then we're good to go.
I'd like to ask another question.
Yep.
Did we check out the other ships, like engine room or their like lower supply area for any like mechanical parts or magical parts that we could scavenge?
I think we got 2 small crystals and a damaged large crystal out of that ship.
Ooh, damaged as in unstable?
I don't
Oh no.
I don't know if you ever actually went full disclosure on how it was damaged, Matt, but it's I guess not at full capacity. Maybe it's cracked. I guess we can
Used
kind
as a
of.
weapon, you know. I love to blow shit up. Oh, I'm gonna rig this damaged crystal into some kind of ray gun. It's gonna be crazy. And then he looks at it and it's just completely broken.
Well,
I'm glad someone else actually wrote it down, because all I got was found lots of weapons and clothing, 300 gold, and lots of hooch.
Lots of hooch.
I have that written down.
All the
Lots of hooch.
And I put that in my notes because of you. I have never used the word hooch before. I worked in a bar for 7 years. Never used the word hooch.
I appreciate that.
You watched the movie Sinners and didn't hear the word hooch?
I did. Hey.
Well, hey,
first of
all
all, we watched that together. First of all, miss. Second of all, never
Maybe they've
used it.
heard Maybe they've heard the variation of hoochie and not
Hoochie.
hoo. You never heard it's completely different, but it's said similar.
You know what? I'm gonna have to. I don't
You
even
don't
know
want
what
to
to
look.
do.
You don't need
Hoochie
to
is
look that
usually
one up.
used along with hoochie mama, and it's usually derogatory.
Yeah, you don't need to look that one up.
Please
Okay.
don't. For your sanity, please don't.
Okay, Tristan, you're on that one.
Or keep safe search on if you look that one up.
Oh, jeez.
But hooch is just a name for
Yeah,
booze.
it's bootleg usually. Typically, you'll see bootleg liquor is hooch.
Yep.
But I think you were saying that's a lot of. It was like some. We found decent quality stuff in the captain's quarters, right? But the rest of the stuff was, I guess, hooch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Prohibition era. It's
Yeah.
the word for alcohol. It's hooch.
Mm-hmm.
I love making me some bathtub wine.
Yeah.
Bathtub gin, baby.
Prison toilet wine, you know.
Oh, God.
I appreciate all the different directions this whole conversation went. Anyway,
So a lot of hooch.
a lot of hooch.
A lot of
Boomy, the moment you hear about this broken ass crystal, you go zooming down into the lower ship's hold, and go to take a look at it. So give me So I think what you're just trying to examine it to see whether or not you can use it as a weapon. Is that what I got from that whole thing?
Yeah, just its general condition. Like we've established that it's broken, but like, is it just like, is it unusable, or is it something that could still power or something, or be? I don't know. I'm just envisioning he like snaps it over his knee and it explodes or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, is it unstable or is it just like dead, no power?
Okay. So
Basically.
I think this is just going to be like a general crafting check. This is you using your knowledge of these crystals and their energy signatures to determine if this item is in fact usable in some way. I think you're going to be aiming for a 4.
Okay.
For those of you new to Sagas, I'm just going to go ahead and say that basically we're aiming to roll the lowest number possible on the die. Generally speaking, everyone has to roll a D10 to make determinations. If they're really, really bad at something, they have to use a D12. If they're really good at something, they can use a D8 or a D6. Who knows? The possibilities are limitless, but the always aim is to hit that lowest possible number. So, for example, right now, Boomy is trying to hit a 4. Do you have anything as far as like crafting goes that?
I do have a bunch of crafting related abilities, but almost that's what I was checking just now. All of them are like when I'm using my tools to repair something or do something like that. So.
Okay, so this is just going to be a D10.
Maybe there's one that's just like scientific knowledge that I should take or something like that would help me with like these other roles.
Yeah, probably.
A 3.
Hell yeah. Ashleyan is asking if you use advantage, what does that do? That basically allows them to roll a second dice before their roll, or if they have already rolled, they can re-roll it. Anyway, so Boomy, with your 3, you pick up the crystal and examine it. There is still a little bit of a glow from the inside of the crystal. This thing is about a basketball size crystal. There is a very large jagged crack that's kind of extending into the middle of it, but it does still seem to hold some kind of power within it. You estimate that chances are it will not power your engine, or if you were to plug it into an engine, boom.
Yeah.
But could you perhaps you craft something to force it to go off? Theoretically, yes, you probably could.
Yeah, I mean, I think like if I drove like a little small spike into the crack and then had some sort of like little hammer rigged up where like, I pull the lever and then it just like a little force, a little tap on there would like destabilize it, right?
Yep, and maybe if you put a timer on the thing, it could like wait for a certain length in time before the hammer goes down and strikes the thing. Yeah, you could absolutely.
Oh yeah,
craft
old school
like
clock explosive.
Mm-hmm.
The ticking. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I take that with me.
Okay, well, it is a big crystal, like I said. It's the size of a basketball. So you being a short goblin, you're going to kind of have to be holding it like with both hands, and you start taking it to your workroom. Now,
waddling back.
Yeah. Now, as you're doing that, you can't help but notice that staring up from the bottom of the stairs leading down from the hold, there are 3 heads. They are kind of lizard-like, almost alligator in shape, but they have very large, round, yellow eyes. They have fins and spikes going along their heads. You would recognize this species because it does exist on Loroupa. These are dragonlings, which in Loroupa term, kobolds are technically dog creatures, whereas dragonlings are what 5e would call kobolds.
Okay.
So dragonlings look like the 5e kobold. They're just kind of really short, lizard-like looking things that have draconic features to their forms, but are very, very short, a little bit shorter than goblin size. These individuals do not have any wings, but they do have reddish-green scaled skin, very large yellow eyes, and they're all just kind of staring up at you as you're waddling up the stairs from the hold.
I pretend that I don't see them. When I get to the top of the stairs, I'm gonna set the crystal down and then like just poke my head back down in there and see if I can see what they're doing.
Okay. Make for me a perception check. You only need to roll a 7. This is very easy.
Boom! Nat 1!
Yeah, you
Dang.
you peek down the stairs and look at them, and they're the three of them are just standing there at the foot of the stairs, just kind of looking up at you.
Oh, hey there, little guys!
Hi, hello. They say in a kind of a broken form of common.
Do they look scared or aggressive?
Timid, I would say the word is timid. They look timid.
Okay.
These kobold or these dragonlings are wearing like basically rags, little more than flour sacks, with holes for arms and head, with a little bit of rope cinched around their waists.
Are these the ones that we said we were adopting and we were going to give them clothes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
nice.
it's still the same one.
No, they're still ours. They're
Still,
ours.
they're still the same ones. Yes, you did. Yes, Lark, you did send them down with clothes. This was before Boomy was aware of their presence. So this is his first interaction with them. And no, they have not put on clothes yet. They're just kind of standing there, kind of timidly looking up at Boomy. They had seen Boomy like scrounging around the lower area, the hold, and are now interested in what's going on.
Were they like cargo, like slaves or something?
Yes.
Don't worry, you guys. You're free now. You can adventure with us if you want. Or you can stay here and rot. Whatever.
They all kind of like cower a little bit.
Oh.
You guys like magic crystals? You like fire and explosions?
They all shake their heads pretty quickly.
Ah, come on. It's not that bad.
I like elbow them a little bit.
Come on.
They
Don't you want to be Boomy's little engine room helpers?
the moment you say engine, their eyes all like perk up. Big smiles on the angular draconic faces. Engine.
Oh,
engine,
you
engine.
like that, huh? That's right. I'm the master of the engine room. Any kind of crystal, I can put it in the socket and some other stuff too, probably.
We like engines.
But I only got these hands. These entirely normal-sized goblin hands.
They are kind of looking at you quizzically. The three of them kind of bark back and forth in this odd sort of lizard-like language. I don't suppose you would actually know Draconic.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You have no clue what the hell they're saying to one another. But then the three of them all turn back to you and like, Ancients? They're all looking at you expectantly.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's talking, I can't hear him. Anywho,
I think Coins is audio might be going out.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, Coins.
Seems like
No.
oh wait,
Coins?
is that it?
No, I think his headphones died.
Yeah, I think his headphones died.
seems like.
Well, anyway, let's cut back to the rest of our crew. The four of you have been sitting in the command on the command deck right now. Dr. Bloom, you've gone around. You've cast your healing spell on Skarn. Has everybody who needs it taken at least a potion?
I guess I should probably do at least one.
And Zolos took his before, and then that healing surge got him up to 4. So he's 4 or 5. He's good for now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using both of them. I'm keeping one in the tank, but I'll do one.
Fair enough.
Yo, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
There
hear
we
you.
go.
Sick. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think my headphones were just blowing battery. Because you couldn't hear me,
Fast.
and I could only hear you out of one side of the headphones. So I think that was just like a low
No.
battery mode.
Yeah, sounds
Weird.
like it. That's weird.
These are actually really good headphones, so I'm glad that it did that. But
Okay. I'm just asking the crew, or I'm getting ready to ask everybody else. So, here's my question. Lark, since you're at the helm, you can see the space map that's laid out on the navigation console next to the wheel. You essentially have about 2 hours before you arrive at the Rock of Vral. Are you planning on going straight there and just dealing with shit from that point on? Do you plan on hanging back a little bit? Because, as I said, all of y'all are pretty worn out and beaten up and kind of tired from the last fight. Now, from a time standpoint, it is getting kind of late for your own biological clock. So you do need to get some rest here soon. Now, that isn't to say that you couldn't go to the Rock of Vral and do things and get back in time to take a long rest. I'm just saying that the option there is either you take a long rest and then go to the Rock of Vral, or you go to the Rock of Vral, finish the stuff you need to get done, and take a long rest. Or I suppose you could also just land on the rock and then take a long rest and then go out, but...
Yeah.
Well, I think we're coming up on it to meet, I guess, the deadline that the Cult of the Veiled One had.
Yeah, didn't we only have like 48 hours or something?
Yeah.
Like 3 days, I thought. I have to drop low. I would have to double check, but I was pretty sure it was 3 days.
Oh, so we do have time. Okay, I thought we had like much less time.
Yeah, same.
I thought we had like less than a day when we left to go hunt down the pirates. So if I'm wrong, that's great.
Let's see.
So
Double checking. But if someone knows, please say. Oh, no, you were right. It was 2 days. They require an answer in 2 days from Crowborn.
Okay, so right down the middle. All right.
and we had to find where they were hiding her before then.
Mhm.
And so that's why we went to the nerds And they told us take out the pirates and we'll help.
Mm-hmm.
And then that ended up being a whole debacle.
Yep.
So I think we're looking at less than a day as soon as we get back.
Mm-hmm. If we have to repair the ship and stuff, gather supplies, or I guess in the case of the infirmary, I need to gather supplies.
Yeah, we'll need like at least ammunition for the ship at the very least.
Okay,
Can we
so
afford to take an entire week?
No,
No.
Oh no!
we literally have like less than a day.
Oh, because oh my god.
Yeah, we have to get Coburn's
The
partner.
lady.
okay, so go straight there.
Well, I guess we have to
Push
go
through.
to the nerds, don't we? The monks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang nerds. I bet they're rolling polyhedral rocks across the table and pretending to be other people.
What?
Definitely.
Wouldn't absolutely not know what that would be like. What?
Okay, so we're heading to the nerds.
Heading to the nerds. One last question for you then. As I said, at your current speed, you got about a couple hours to get back to the Rock of Vral. If you push your engines, you could get there in about an hour. If you go like full throttle on the ship's engines.
How desperately do we need that extra hour?
I don't know. Because we don't know exactly where she's being held. It could be on the rock somewhere.
If we're lucky, yeah, but if we're unlucky, we'll need as much time as we can get because maybe they have her somewhere else that we have to fly to. I don't know. Have them, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What would be if we go at full throttle, what's the risk?
We burn out our fuel crystal and we don't have any more power.
Yeah, but at least if we burn it out getting back there, then, supplies are pretty easy to acquire on the rock.
All right, all those in favor of going full throttle.
I mean,
I want to go fast.
No, that's fair.
If you
I
wanna do
imagine
that,
like
we
this
can do that.
conversation was happening, and while Boomy
Over
was
the pipe.
downstairs, but
Yeah.
somehow he just psychically knew and came
No, we have
running up the stairs.
No, it's over the pipe intercom thing. This whole
Yeah.
conversation's happening over
If I'm in the engine room, I have my ear up to that. I can hear what's going on up in the cabin.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's
It's a paper cup on a string,
yeah. No, that's absolutely valid. I forgot about that.
Just,
I imagine I've installed in the old days when you had a corded phone, but the cord was really long.
Mhm.
It's like that. Have
Oh.
the cup on the string, walking around the room, like.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
fair. Heck yeah. Okay, so it sounds like Dreezy is saying yes to the going full throttle. What do you say, crew?
I just worry, the last time we did that, the last time I pushed it, half the engines caught fire. I don't know if we can afford that again.
I got some helpers now. It'll be all right.
Yeah, we don't have any more large crystals that are usable if we blow out the one that's in our engine currently, which seems the more likely of the crystals to burn out. You know that thing that we almost died over last time? One of those times a while back? Through the power of friendship.
It was only 2 sessions ago. We
That's
blew
right.
up on our way out to get the
Power
pirates.
friendship stronger than any magic crystal. I'll tell you that.
It's true, but I don't know how many times we can rely on that. Now, I'm nothing but just a humble, Feywild doctor, but personally speaking, I feel like I don't want to go through that again.
Well, I tell you what, I'll monitor the engine very closely, and if it's becoming unstable, then I'll tell you to go back to, half speed, normal speed, whatever. But I want to see the engine under some more stress, especially with my new helpers. That way I can troubleshoot in the future when we don't have a choice.
Hmm.
Boomy coming in with a persuasion check.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I was gonna say that was particularly a cogent argument, and it came from Boomy.
He's chaotic. He's not stupid.
Well, I'm not saying he's
That's the best
stupid,
argument
but
I've heard
I'm
Boomy make.
saying that he has he loves to make risks.
A 2 on
That
persuasion.
argument-
All right, I think we're full throttling it, guys.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Damn, alright.
Here we go.
Lark is all in. Pushes. Just here's Boomy's absolutely intelligent response over the intercoms, and it's like, "Yep, push," and the ship goes boom. Okay, so we're gonna turn into a really fun little dice roll off here. So,
Oh, no.
Here's the deal. Lark and Skarn, I'm going to need the two of you to make some checks. Lark, you are going to be making piloting checks. Skarn,
Okay.
you are making magic checks. This is your connection to the ship and your ability to pilot it.
Okay.
Lark, you need to hit a 3. Skarn, you need to hit a 4. We are going to be doing these checks 3 times.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay. So there's going to be 6 rolls done in total. If you fail 3 checks, Boomy is going to be added into the mix to be making engineering checks.
Yep, I gotta watch this engine close.
Mm-hmm.
So each of us is going to be making 3 checks.
Each of you are going to be making 3 checks, and you need to succeed more than you fail. Because as
Don't
I
worry,
said,
guys, I'm using my good eye to look at the engine the whole time.
Brad.
We have to make you glasses. Oh my god.
Okay, so then
In
do you want us
total.
to do 3 separate checks, or do you want to us to just throw 3 dice?
So no, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to have each of you make your first check.
Okay.
You're aiming Lark a 3, Skarn a 4. Make your first check.
Well,
Okay.
Hey.
1 success, 1 failure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make your roll, and the moment you see it, call it out.
okay.
I'll call this one out since it all came up really quickly. Skarn rolled a 5. Lark rolled a 2. Okay. Roll number 2. Go for it.
Roll number 2 is a critical failure for Skarn.
Oof.
Fuck.
Another
I'd
2.
just like to point out that I'm rolling these on a d6. I shouldn't be doing this.
I will
Jack.
also remind you that you do have the
the
random
coin.
Rhapsody coin.
Yes.
That's true, yes. I suppose this would be a very good time to use
Also,
that.
before you use that, I'm going to throw out Ashley N has a floating advantage right now, sitting right now as well.
Ooh.
So you can re-roll using that floating advantage.
Okay, yes, that sounds perfect.
Re-roll, aiming for that 4.
Skarn just really got messed up in the head after that last thing. No, you connect to the engine, it blows up in your face. It's hard to
Oh
get
yeah,
back in the
let's go. It's a
saddle.
2.
That's a 2. Very nice.
Need 1 more success.
When do I make my check?
Your
That's if we
checks
screw
only
up.
come if they hit 3 failures.
Oh, okay.
So I need to fail both of these, then you can come in.
Terrified. I'm
Mhm.
terrified. I'm
So
terrified.
basically,
I'm so
right
scared.
now, like from Dreezy, from your standpoint, you and the kobold or the dragonlings are standing in the engine room watching the gauges. The gauges are right there between the yellow and the red, but they're holding in the yellow. They're still looking good. Lark,
Okay.
Skarn, make your next checks.
If both of these fail, there is that advantage. One of you could use.
Well, what they've used the advantage.
No, Skarn, I thought, used their advantage for the coin, and not the floating one.
No, I thought.
I think I
Oh.
used the floating one, but I'm
Yeah.
honestly not
Oh.
sure how much of a difference it is, because in the
It's
past
really
we've been
not.
able to pass the coin around anyway. So.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Anyway, Lark, Skarn, make your rolls.
Lark failed.
I did. I did.
Mother, all right.
Ah,
One of you gotta use it.
Both of us
Yeah.
failed.
Three and three.
Roll it.
Critical fail.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Cash
For
in
both
that
of us.
green for that's. Yep.
That would be 3 failures, so one of you go again.
Yep.
Please,
mhm.
please, please.
Skarn's got to hit a higher number of 4s. Do you want them to go again?
Yes,
Yeah,
Skarn's
go with
difficulty is
Skarn.
less difficult.
Is
You're
Skarn
Yeah.
gonna
doing
have
this,
Yeah.
but
Skarn's having to roll the random Rhapsody coin, so it's going to have to be Skarn's roll.
okay, all right.
It's also better for it to be Skarn because it's less hard.
I think just preemptively, Zolos would go down to the engine room with the Dragonlings just to help out, just in case.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Well,
Because he can't do anything up top
that's a
anyway.
2.
Okay, all right. 2 on
It's
the
a 2.
reroll.
Nice.
Okay.
Running through all our useful stuff, but we're doing it.
6 rolls in total. You've managed to make it without burning out the engine. The Rock of Vral is getting closer and closer and closer. And Lark, you pull back on the engines just in the nick of time. And your ship comes out of Aether space into normal space, putting you just outside the rock's orbit.
Now, the nerds have their own dock, right? Wasn't there a dock that's close to their temple?
There was a
Just
dock
the
close to their
tavern, right?
temple. It's not theirs in particular.
Oh, okay.
Mr.
I didn't-
Crowborn had his own
Yes,
dock.
he's the one
That's
that
right.
had. Okay, yeah.
Which brings us to our next problem. You, Lark, spin the wheel of the ship and bring the Wayfinder into a loose orbit around the outer ring of the Rock of Vral. Here's the next issue. Your communication device is broken. You can't really contact anybody. There are a lot of docks around the city. There's a ring of them around the outer edge of the asteroid. There's more inside of the asteroid itself. You know of one that's owned by Mr. Crowborn. You know of several that you've docked at before. Where are you headed?
I think we'd go to the one that we know is probably safe, and that's Crowburn's.
I'm inclined
I
to
would
agree,
suggest that.
especially since we're on a job for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me
Hopefully he won't get too mad.
Give me a piloting check, Lark. You're trying to get to Mr. Crowborn's dock. I feel like you just need to roll 4.
Oop. Typing in the wrong place. There we go. That's not how you spell that at all. Okay, roll a 4. Dang it!
Dang it.
You begin searching for Mr. Crowborn's private dock, flying over the city looking for it. Unfortunately, you can't remember the coordinates. And as you're flying over the ship, the asteroid, someone fires a warning shot at your ship. It's just a warning shot. It doesn't come close, but a couple ballista bolts go flying off your port bow.
Hey, Boomy, is there any? Can you or maybe one of our new crewmates down there? Is there anyone who knows anything about the communication array and maybe how to fix it? Please.
Yeah, I'll come take a look at it. Be right up. I go on up there and give a look to the communication array.
Give me a crafting check. You're gonna be aiming for a 4 here.
And I can use my bonus for this.
Yes, you can.
Cool.
Hmm?
A 7. Oh.
Oof.
A 7.
This device is outside of your typical purview. Like, you know how it works, but the gigantic crystal orb that helped to facilitate communication is broken, and you don't actually have all of the parts you need to fix it.
Yeah.
Jury rigging it, unfortunately, is out of the question.
Yeah, looks like we need a new crystal dome here. Something we'd have to get in town. Can't fix it right now.
Okay, well maybe we go over towards the public docks and someone can wave down the SOS where we need help kind of flags.
If I may,
yeah, do we have that?
This is extremely a long shot, but a
Mhm.
while back I took a repair magical items talent to go with Dreezy's repairing science items.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to try and tap into what's left of the weave connected to this thing to, at the very least, send a blip to somebody just so they know we're coming?
Well, we can certainly try. You're going to use your crafting skills. You're basically like opening the thing up, pulling out wires, and you're attempting to like connect things in a way to jury rig it to send the communication. I feel like this is a bit of a long shot. This is not
Sure.
something that you do normally, but you understand magic. So you're going to give it a shot. I feel like you need to hit a 3. This is a very difficult roll, not outside of the realm of impossible, but definitely complicated. So if you can hit that 3, you've managed to basically like cross wires and put magical crystals in certain places so that you can shout into the receiver and hear a little bit in return, and you're pretty sure you're connecting. That's basically what you're going for here.
Okay.
You're going for the professor making a communication device with coconuts on Gilligan's Island. That's where well, maybe a little bit better than that, but still. Go ahead and make your roll.
Here we go. That is a 2. All
That
right.
is a 2.
Hell yeah,
Wow.
let's go!
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, you grab Boomy's tools off of his tool belt and like pry the thing open and pull out some wires and grab some focusing crystals, and you're connecting them, and you get the speaker out, and you like disconnect the speaker from the thing, and you add some extra wires, and you like hello. And between that and the manipulation of the numbers, trying to dial into Mr. Crowborn's private dock, with that too, you succeeded.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
You communicate the fact that you're an associate of Mr. Crowborn's, and you're working to help save their partner. The response is that you can dock and that you have a specific docking bay to go to, Which Lark, now that you got directions, is a lot easier to fly to, so I'm not going to make you roll again. Anyway, once you get your coordinates, Lark, you pilot the ship and head back to Crowborn's dock. There's a little bit of a back and forth to try to land. Bertarelli has to go out there and kind of flag them down a little bit. Let them know that you're who you say you are. Eventually, you are able to land. Where are you going from here?
Well, I guess, we could tell them at the dock, tell them to, I guess, have them tell Crowborn, we're working on his problem, we're getting our information now, we're going to go get it and find out where his partner is.
Absolutely.
And so we would head to the nerds. I'm sorry, the monks.
The nerds.
Nerds. Is everybody going?
I think so.
Is there anything we
I think
need to
so.
do on the ship, though?
Not
before
unless
we
someone
go?
wants to work on repairs.
Well, we've got
Yep.
Bertinelli and Lugine. They could, be there, and then the Dragonlings could work on repairing things if need be.
If
I'm
they stay
pretty
with us,
sure
they have the option
Boomy
to-
and I are still wanted.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Do you just want... Well, shit, I was going to say, do you just want Skarn, Doc, and Zolos to go, but Skarn's pretty jacked up still. So Doc and
I'm
Zolos?
actually okay for now.
Oh.
It's just that if I get hit again, I won't be able to... it's
Heal.
internal bleeding. It's fine.
That doesn't vote a lot of confidence from the physician in this party, so maybe it's just Zolos and I this time. Let's be real.
Skar's just
You wanna
got,
stop?
some cracks and fissures. It's fine.
Yellow sappy ooze running down its side.
Oh no!
One day I will gain this medical specialty and this will no longer be a problem, but for now, because I fortunately do not have that skill set.
Medical specialty, stone person.
My Fab 5 character's name
Gemologist?
was more of a metaphor. Blood from a stone.
Uh-huh.
We literally now have blood from a stone.
Blood coming from a stone, yes.
No, my God.
It's very apropos. So I ask again, who's heading out?
Well, Zolos will definitely go. He will ask who wants to go with.
I'll go with.
He could take... Yeah, we could take one of Bertinelli or Lugine to help back us up if need be.
It's
If everybody else is
I'm
gonna
good with
stay.
it.
What's up, Skarn?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll come along. It's good. It's we need the people who can move around freely, right? So let's do this.
Okay.
They're not gonna punch us. They're monks. They're not famous for that or anything.
Definitely not the ones we've dealt with.
No, they're the nerd kind of monks. It's fine. Should be
Yeah,
okay.
see,
Knock
no
on wood.
worries.
I mean,
Ask him if they make beer.
Oh,
I can also change how I look a little bit.
Yeah, me too. I'm the best at disguises.
so we're all going? Is what I'm hearing?
It's up to y'all.
Oh no, I'm not leaving. I'm just saying I could if I wanted.
Oh wait, I failed rolls. Hold on, how many did I fail? I get effort back for that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
1.
And then I like there at the end when he said he wasn't going to make you roll, you did get a nat 1. So it's like
Nat
you,
one.
you burned that awesome nat 1 on something he said he didn't make you roll.
We'll save it. It's fine. We'll apply it to something else. Right? That's how that works.
That's really not. But
Dang it.
well done. I appreciate the attempt.
Well, gotta try.
I love you for it. Anywho, asking third time. Who's heading out?
No Zolos, for certain.
Mm-hmm. Boomy, are you gonna stay and lead the dragonlings
Oh yeah, we're gonna
in
fix
their
some shit.
repairs?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Should I stay to help or should I go?
Should take one of the hands with you too.
Yeah.
Bertarelli.
Sure. But yeah, Lark, it's up to you. Are you heal physically?
Physically,
Okay.
I'm good. I'm pretty much I'm pretty good.
How much of outside do you need? How much of off the ship do you need right now? I guess is the better question.
You know what? My meek little spirit of confrontation girl, she wants to stay. She's a little homebody. Ship is home now. She wants to stay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it sounds like Dr. Bloom, Skarn, and Zolos are heading out, leaving the engineer and the horrible murderer behind.
Wow.
Oh no.
Hey, you know what? If we need someone to protect the ship, who then a mindless killing machine? Yeah, be this person.
Y'all are mean.
You're an
Blood
exceptional protector.
Yeah, Blood 2.0. Just head up to the crow's nest and take pot shots at everybody. Tell us about that 300 plus
Hey, you know what?
shot.
Fuck that rabbit. It was a great goddamn shot, and everybody knows it.
Lark's ready to pull like a Rambo on the ship if anybody comes in.
Yeah. When they get back, tell them about how you shot a womp rat at 7,000 yards or some shit like that. Okay. Dr. Bloom, Zolos, Skarn. You're taking Bertarelli with you, it sounds like, and the four of you head out from Crowborn's dock and into the city. Honestly, not long after you set out, you hear someone calling out, "Wayfinder! Wayfinder crew!" And you all can't help but turn to look to see it's Wallace, Brother Wallace, the dark-skinned humanoid with big teeth and dark eyes, waving at you. He's wearing that gray robe. He's waving his hands like this and calling out to you, "Wayfinder, Wayfinder crew!" Out in the crowd.
Yeah, we'll go to him.
Okay, perfect.
Is
Amazing.
Gromit with him?
No, Brother Jason is not with him. It's just Wallace. The youth kind of runs up to you once you acknowledge him, and he says, "Oh my gosh, I it's so good to see you. You haven't been gone very long at all. But Master Aaron said that you would be here, and sure enough, here you are. Did you finish him? Did you finish off the Barracuda?"
We took the flag, right? And we also have like a ship's. We took some of their the ship's log or something like that as evidence, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, he would. I guess. I mean, the flag, depending on how big it could be, normal sized or it could be huge. But I guess we never established that. But yeah, Zolos would hold up the ship's log and be like, "The Barracuda will not be bothering anyone on the rock ever again."
You hold this out. I'm imagining our flag means death kind of thing going on here, all bejeweled and whatnot. And Wallace gives you a big grin. Wow, that's so incredible. I'm so happy to see that you succeeded. Master Aaron said you would. He told me you would be here. He told me to wait and find you. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. You must come quickly. Master Aaron is waiting for you all.
Okay, good. That's a good step. All right. Whew.
Bertarelli just looks at the monk and turns to your group and is like, "What's with this kid?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's all. So just yeah.
There's some really strong tea. Just yeah.
Doesn't get out much, all right? He doesn't get out.
Mean fireball though.
It's true.
Yeah. Kid was doing well. Zolos, the 20-year-old, saying, "Yeah, that kid's doing really good."
Yeah, he's actually probably older than you a little bit, but
barely out of his teens.
He's like, "Oh my." After our fight, I worried about you all. I'm so glad you're able to finish it. Come on, come. Let's hurry. Master Aaron is waiting for you all. He is going to lead you through the city, while Dreezy and his Dragonling crew begin working on the ship. Dreezy, do me a favor and give me a repair check to start working on the ship.
You got it.
You're aiming for a 4 right now?
That's a 4.
Nice. So for the next hour, while Dr. Bloom, Zolos, and Skarn are away, you and the Dragonlings are working to repair the ship. You are able to repair it for 1 point of damage.
Nice.
As for you, Lark, you're just kind of hanging out in the crow's nest. You don't have to. That was just kind of like being hyperbolic. What are you actually doing during this time?
I mean, I could, if I'm just gonna be in the way of Boomy and the Dragonlings. I definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to watch the ship, if you don't want to be on guard, Lou Jeem is there. So if you wanted to do something else, you could. If you just want to be on watch, you're perfectly welcome to. It doesn't matter.
I'll be on watch.
Okay. Give me a perception check. This is you just keeping an eye out. You're aiming for a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would my investigate ability talent?
That's more for
I'm not really,
looking for details.
I'm not extracting information. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just keeping an eye out to make sure nobody approaches your ship.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 6.
I mean, during this time, you don't see anything, so you're good.
All right.
Yeah, it's quiet. Nothing going on really.
Cool.
We are on a private dock, so I mean, hopefully that means.
Well, Dr. Bloom, Zolos, Skarn, the 3 of you have been led to the Pragmatic Order of Thoughts temple. It's in a warehouse district. It looks like a derelict old building with a junkyard behind it, but when you enter it, it's actually quite opulent and beautiful. You're led back to a very dark, quiet room, mostly marble columns and the like, with an old man who, well, old, bald, humanoid, has kind of a weird, sort of ominous presence about him, floating in midair, cross-legged, doing, the lotus position, just hovering there, meditating as you're brought to his room. There is a bright shaft of light going down onto the old monk as he's floating there. But as the doors are opened and you are led inside, he does seem to lift his head up and acknowledge your presence. And the old man just floats down to a pile of cushions underneath him, where he lands and sits waiting for you all. The three of you approach, followed closely by Brother Wallace and Jason, who did rejoin the younger monk when the three of you entered the temple. They are standing behind you all now. They are keeping a respectful distance as the older monk, Master Aaron, looks up and regards the three of you. So you have returned. I knew you would. I saw a vision of your activities out there in the Aether space. You are victorious. Are you
That's
not?
a word for it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Barracuda is gone.
You present your relics, the bespeckled flag from the Barracuda and the logbook, and place it down on the ground between you and the monk. These items float up into the air and approach the old man and kind of orbit around him as he floats there. Very well done, very well done. It's good to see those who are dedicated to the eradication of the negative influences of piracy among the space lanes. As promised, I have located the individual you are seeking. They are located in a secure facility on an asteroid in wild space. I will, of course, provide the coordinates for this. It is a long journey, but they are secure, and I do not believe you will find them harmed whenever you arrive. In fact, I have foreseen this.
Do you know how long of a journey from the rock?
I do, indeed, I do. I am sorry to inform you that it's much longer than your timetable allows.
All right. So I guess Crowborn, is he having to pay like a ransom to them? I don't remember what the deal was.
He had to respond, right?
Mm-hmm. He had to respond to the ransom, to their communication within that time frame. Yes.
I guess agree to pay them, or like, does he have to? Is it like? I mean, I can't assume that they have like freaking, Venmo. You can't just send something to them? Is it something he would just be like, all right, I'll pay your money, let's make an exchange kind of thing? Did he give us those details?
Yeah, because what I put down in my notes was that all that it was Crowborn had to respond within 2 days. That's all we got, so we're not actually sure.
Well, we know where they are. So if he can stall or at least say, hey, I'll agree to your demands. Can we meet somewhere or something like that? Get us. And if, Master here saw us arriving there, I mean, I don't want to know too much because I feel like if we know too much, it won't come true. And he just kind of looks and raises an eyebrow at the Master's like, is that, if you tell me I'm going to die tomorrow, I'm definitely going to try and change that. But I feel like it may not, I feel like you can't fight fate. At least that's what my mommy always used to tell me. Yes, he calls his mom. What would he call? What would Zolos, a mama's boy, call his mother?
Oh, definitely mommy. There's no doubt about
definitely
that in
be
my
mom.
mind.
Yeah, or some cute, maybe a cute little British expression, mum, or something but yeah, something like that. But he'd be like, he's in mixed company, so he's like, my mother always told me you can't change your fate. Is that correct? And he's looking at, the Master.
Make a persuasion check for me.
At least it's something Zolos is good at.
Try to hit it 4.
Captive mouse. Going for 4. Here it comes. Yay! It's 4.
Hell yeah.
The monk looks down at you and says, it is indeed possible to change one's fate if one is intelligent and capable enough.
So it's like, oh god. All right. It's a good thing we got the doc here.
I have one more vision I wish to impart to your group. You all, as I am aware, have a personal goal. You all wish to return to your home planet. The vision I have seen is that if you are able to rescue this individual you seek, if you are able, you will discover a clue leading you to the resolution of your quest.
Sweet.
Okay.
Finding this one will guide you home.
Excellent.
I think Skarn
Alright,
at this point has just been sort of standing in the background glowering intensely. And after this, it just sort of steps forward and goes, how long did you know that we didn't have enough time? When did you find that out?
Make a persuasion check, Skarn.
Oh shit.
You're also aiming for a 4.
I don't have anything to affect that, so I think I'm on a 10 here.
You are on a 10.
Unless we can assist, but I'm sadly out of effort. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I only have 2, so I don't have enough as of yet.
Understandable.
I'm not there, or I would help.
Nope, guess not.
I mean, that's real.
The monk replies, "Time is an illusion, and it does not pierce the veil of those who divine. All I can say for certain, and all I can tell you is that I came upon the knowledge I have as my divination has revealed it to me. If I had known before now, I would have told you."
Can I make an insight check on this? Is that a thing in this system?
You can make an insight check. However, I feel like Skarn, you in particular, are not very insightful. I feel like you're going to have to roll a d12 for this one, at least in this circumstance.
At your discretion. Okay.
You are going to just be aiming for a 5, but you are rolling a d12. Unless you have something that can affect the rolls to lead me away from a d12.
The only thing I have that's even vaguely relevant is the investigator ability to draw conclusions from information in the area, but I don't think that's really appropriate for
no, it would not be. It would not be relevant in this. However, I will throw out that Ashley N has floated another advantage. So if you want to use it, you're still rolling a d12 and aiming for a 5, but you get to roll 2 dice.
Fascinating. I mean, if y'all don't mind, I would love to try that.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay, 2d12.
Ashley Ann, the real hero. Tonight's game.
Sorry, I'm just having to redo the roll now that I know I'm rolling 2 dice. Sorry, you said 5?
Yep, you're looking for a 5.
That would be a 2.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
You can tell that this individual keeps his information very close to the chest and only reveals these things when it feels like it's relevant. You can tell that just based on what you know of this individual and what you know of this organization in and of itself, chances are it had these answers long before you all set out. But there's also a pretty good chance you are able to glean that if it didn't think you could succeed in what you were doing, it wouldn't have held the information back.
Oh no, I have every confidence that it believed we would succeed. I believe that it just... Yeah, let's leave before I say something I shouldn't, shall we? I'm not in a good mood today.
Certainly not in this place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay to go.
Now, there is a couple last cleanup items they want to go over with. You all are like, okay, we gotta go tell Crowborn about the location. Master Jason does come over and hands you 2 items. One is a sack filled with clinking objects, coins, and the other is coordinates. As you're walking out, Master Aaron tells you, "The location you are looking for is deep within wild space. Brother Jason will provide you the coordinates. I can tell you that while the traveling to this asteroid does not have an aether current near it, there isn't current leading away from that asteroid, or a short distance away. Only 2 days travel at full speed. This current leads to a system called Unlendia. It is a peaceful location, a trade facility of small matter, but from there you can return to the Rock of Vral. If you manage to arrive there and succeed in your goals, there is a quick way back to the rock. As for the rest of our promises, the money in the sack is the bounty for the Barracuda's destruction. As we agreed, for your dedication to destroying the pirate menace in the space lanes, we offer a partnership. We will, at your request, fortify your ship and armor it against the pirate menace. We will also pay bounties for pirates if you are able to destroy them in return. We offer you as well free use of the junkyard. You requested that we allow you access to it, and we will do so as long as you are on the Rock of Vral. These last items conclude our business, unless you wish to take on more bounties from us. But if you do so, as we said, we will be very happy to armor your ship to help you defend against their assaults.
Are there any bounties that might be at this trade location?
There are, of course, some pirate vessels that operate in many locations in the Aether spheres. There are provided lists of bounties that we can send you along with you, if you so desire.
You know, I think maybe after we rescue Crowborn's mates on our way back, we could, start looking for some pirates to kill. I have a feeling we're going to need whatever clue we're going to get while we're there, potentially. I have a feeling we're going to need gold and money to pull this off to get home. So I think it's a no-brainer for us to keep working with them.
I mean, we might as well. If we say no, they'll just trick us into doing it again by lying to us and withholding information.
Can't argue with that logic.
They totally mean that in a sweet and endearing way, Master. They didn't mean anything offensive by that, did you? Huh?
Oh, I don't say that. He knows everything, remember?
They don't have a filter. You know what? Zolos doesn't have a filter. What am I saying?
I think we should.
Hey, you know what? We'll take the deal. We'll take the deal. At least I'm voting. We'll take the deal. Obviously, we got to ask. Well, I mean, we know what's murder. We know our murderous captain in our pilots in Lark. We know they're going to want to kill pirates. I mean, come on, they're so good at killing.
I mean, why bother even voting, really? He already knows what we're going to decide.
You say this, and you all look back, and you just see Master Aaron floating there serenely.
Mm. Well, no point in being bothered by somebody who can't be bothered. Shall we get to it?
I guess the coordinates to this trading hub where she's being held.
No, the coordinates are to the asteroid where the cult is holding.
I thought they were at like some kind of peaceful trading hub. I don't know. What was the peaceful trading hub?
The peaceful trading hub there's an aether current that is not far from the asteroid that leads to the next trading hub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And then, do we know how to get to the asteroid then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's in wild space. You do have coordinates to get there.
Okay. Perfect. I mean, we got to talk to Crowborn and figure out a way what they have to do with communicating and accepting this, and we'll see what kind of time we're working with because it's going to take 2 days. Was it 2 days to get to the peaceful trading hub from the asteroid, or is it 2 days to get from the rock to the asteroid?
No, you had 2 days before Crowborn had to answer.
Yeah.
It takes about 2 weeks to get from the rock to the cult's asteroid.
Okay, yeah. So we never stood a chance.
No,
at getting
and he knew that the whole time. And instead of telling us that, he tricked us into murdering people he didn't.
But you know what?
Hold on. So, Zolos, Skarn, say that one more time, a little bit louder.
Yeah, no, he knew we didn't have time the entire time, and instead of just telling us that up front, he used us and tricked us into murdering people he didn't like. That's why I'm so upset.
What a bastard.
And that's the thought that we're going to end things, or at least pause things on, because I just saw what time it is, and we are a little late for our break. So we are going to go on break, folks. And when we return, our heroes are going to discuss what they're going to do while they're heading to Crowborn, to let them know where the partner is, and we'll see where things go from there. So stay tuned, everybody. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes have just left the pragmatic order of thought. And at least one of them is not feeling all that great about everything that went down there. But at least you have a place, and at least you know where to go. So your next stop is pretty clear. That is the Rock Rat, a bar located on the Lower East Side of the Rock of Vral. So I assume you're heading in that direction, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot I wasn't unmuted. Whoops.
Your travel up to this point is not difficult. You can find the Rock Rat in short order. In the meantime, Boomy, you got another hour. Make me another crafting check. Or a repair check, I should say.
Yeah.
You're aiming, what did I say last time? I think a 4. Go for a 4.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's a one.
Boom, that was a nat 1. Holy shit.
Right.
That was a repair the ship 2.0 electric boogaloo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, those dragonlings who are working with you, they're like the perfect assistants. They know engineering, they know ships, they know how to repair the outer planks of a ship, they know how to work intricate magical wiring and that sort of thing, and they're proving to be exceptional assistants to you. Now, while none of them could be the chief engineer of the ship, that's your job, along with apparently being the captain, according to your hat. So, So, they could never take your place, Boomy, but as you're watching them work, you're fairly satisfied that they are an exceptional crew who can follow your orders implicitly. In fact, they're very eager to please. They keep referring to you as boss instead of captain. Like, you know how, God, what's the guy's name? Who is in the Green Mile? How he always said boss? Anyway, yeah, it's kind of like that when they're referring to you. But because of their help, you're able to heal the ship up 2 hit points.
You mean Michael Clark Duncan?
Yes, Michael Clark Duncan. Thank you. I could remember his name was Michael, but I couldn't remember the last of it. Lark.
All right, ship's up to 9 HP.
Give me a perception check.
Gotta go great.
Yeah.
Believe in you.
For this particular perception check, you're sitting in the crow's nest, you're peeking over the edge, you're watching the shipyard. This next check is a little more difficult. I'm going to need you to roll a 4.
Eight.
Fuck.
It's very clear.
I see nothing. It's too dark. I'm just a little hobbit, and I can't see in the dark. I'm just a little baby.
Indeed. That's what you're telling yourself as you're sitting there in the crow's nest. I can't see anything. It's okay. I'm just a little baby. Yeah, it's quiet. From your perspective, like, nothing's out there. Nobody's bothering the ship. You kind of sit back. You put your back against the wall of the crow's nest. You set your crossbow down. You pull out some yarn. You start doing cat's cradle. It's great. Well, the rest of you make it to the Rock Rat in short order. Once you arrive, there is that massive ogre standing there in his tuxedo, stretched to the limits of those buttons, who is going to demand all of you relinquish yourselves of your weapons.
Sure. Hey, you know, actually, I never asked your tailor. I mean, clearly you got a guy who makes suits for folks who can, you know, for folks our size, like...
Oh, yes, indeed. You need to go to Vermilitude's Tailor and Apothecary. That's over on West Street, and they tailor to much bigger individuals like myself. And he flexes his shoulders, and as he does, like, you hear the pop, 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 pop of seams along his back.
Much appreciated. That's an incredible tip.
Okay, here's your weapons. Mr. Crowborn is in his office. I expect you're here to see him.
Great so.
Go on back. Smiling, he watches and kind of waves to the three of you as you make your way past the bar. The bartender gives you a nod, but otherwise ignores you as you open the door to the next room and into the storage area, which leads to Mr. Crowborn's office. The door is locked. You all knock on the door, and after a moment, the door clicks and opens, and you see an individual that looks like a big ball of slime wearing a 3-piece suit and a fedora. It's Mr. Crowborn. He is a plasmoid, which means he is mostly just kind of a gelatinous-looking material that's kind of slightly opaque, bluish in tint, kind of bubbles that move around in a weird sort of Rorschach kind of way. But he's wearing a suit. He has a hat on. And he looks at each one of you and says, "You're back. What did you find out?"
We
We
know.
got a spot.
We know where she's being held. We're not going to make it there before you have to respond to them. But I don't know how to explain the. You know the nerds, right? You know the monks, those people.
The pragmatic order of thought. You mean the ones who trouble my patrons constantly looking for pirate hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy in charge. I guess he's a seer. He has visions of things to come to pass. He knows we're going to be able to find her unharmed.
He says.
Well, I mean, he's apparently known where we're going to be and when. I don't know how to explain it.
Zolos, we were flying around the asteroid for half an hour. We got shot at. Anyone could have told you that we were coming.
If you were, you're a tough rock to crack. Yeah, you're very pessimistic. Be a little more optimistic, like me.
I am very optimistic when it comes to people who aren't scam artists. Thank you.
Anywho, we know where she's being held. We need to, I guess they told you that you needed to respond. What are they wanting you to respond? What do they want from you exactly?
The plasmoid kind of heaves a sigh, which is weird because you can see through it. It doesn't have lungs. But it moves his chest up and down heavily before responding. They want a particular item from me. It is a magical item. The source of my good fortune.
Ooh. Okay. Did they tell you where they want you to deliver it? Are they going to come get it? Do you have to bring it to them?
They told me that if I do not respond and then he turns back to a clockwork item on his desk. Clearly a clock. I don't know why I say clockwork. Anyway, he looks back at the clock, gauges it, and says, "I have 40 minutes to respond. I must either agree to give them the device or what they said, listen to my beloved as it shrieks in pain."
Wow.
You found a location,
Dang, I hate
but
when that happens.
I don't know what else to do.
The location's 2 weeks away.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
all right. The nerds, I'm just going to call them that because that's what I'm more comfortable with. We can get there, they said, about 2 weeks to this asteroid, but very close to this asteroid. And did they give us the name of that peaceful trading hub?
Well,
Alandia.
yeah. Sorry.
Elandria, all right. We can get to that trading hub fairly easily from there, and then we could get back in the Aether currents. How about you propose, you respond, you can tell them you agree to give them the item, and you will meet them at a neutral spot, not the rock, not their place. We meet at this other trading hub, and that will give us time to get to the asteroid, get your mates before you have to meet them there. If they will agree to this.
Make for me a persuasion check. You are attempting to convince Crowborn to do this thing. He's panicked. He is worried about his partner. I feel like this is going to be a difficult roll. You need to hit a 3.
Alright. Come on. There's still that. No, I think somebody used that floating advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
How about for a combo team up roll, Zolos thinks back to that awesome time that Dreezy was very eloquent in his description of the engines and the workings of the ship, and you get inspiration for this persuasion.
So I'm guessing I'm just rolling 2 dice then? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah. If
Yeah, can I do that?
Boomy is burning 3 effort, I will allow it and let you roll twice.
I thought it was only 2 to help.
No, it's 3 to help.
It's 3 to help yourself.
Some people,
Oh no,
there
you're
is
right. 2 to
some.
help. It's 2 to help
Oh.
others. You're right. It's 2 to help
Oh,
others.
okay.
So burning 2 effort.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Nice.
Let me redo this then to get 2 rolls. 2 dice.
Oh, Boomy, save your effort. I just see Ashley N has redeemed another advantage.
Incredible,
Okay.
thank you.
Wow.
All
Smiled
right.
on by the-
Thank you.
All right, here.
Unless you want to burn your effort and
Things in
give
the
Zolos
universe.
3 dice.
God, elven accuracy. Oh, he doesn't deserve it.
Brutal.
Oh, that is a 3, baby.
And he didn't need it either.
Nice.
This is 3 and a 4, so I failed one of them
Damn. Okay.
by the 3. So I got it.
So, you wish me to tell them that I'm going to give them the item they want, but to meet them at an alternate
neutral location.
Undalia. Or actually,
Because you're at least you're agreeing. You're agreeing to what they want, but you want to meet them at a neutral location, not the Rock, not their home. Meet them somewhere else. I mean, we're gonna go get your mates. I obviously
then
have
we ambush
confidence. I have confidence in myself. Clearly, it's like I think the rest of us are confident in our abilities to do this, and he just kind of side-eyes over at Skarn.
Okay.
It's like we can do this. It's like we just chased down the Barracuda and took them out. We're riding high right now. Let's keep this rolling.
Okay. Well, let's see. I think what I'm going to be doing is Crowborn is going to do as you suggest. He is going to reach out to the cult of the Veiled One and tell them that he has what they requested, and he wants to meet at this neutral location on Lendia to facilitate the handoff. Crowborn.
It's a peaceful spot, right? It's a peaceful spot, right? So it's not like the Rock, which is a little lawless, and obviously it's not going to be in hostile territory. You're going to a peaceful spot. They won't expect a fight to happen there.
I like it. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to roll a d10. I'm not going to tell you what the DC is. I'm just going to roll a d10 and see what comes up. We're going to find out whether or not they agree to your demands. Here is my d10. They rolled a 6. The DC I was aiming for was a 4.
Before you say it, can I burn effort to try and get that reroll? Help Crowborn in his persuasion attempt.
How many effort do you have?
I have 2.
I will allow this reroll.
Sorry, I was trying to get it out there before you said the DC.
Dang, okay.
Did you hear what I was saying their DC was?
A 4.
Unfortunately, yes, I'm sorry.
It's okay. They rolled a 4.
Too slow on the draw.
Crowborn excuses himself for a few minutes. He sends you out to the bar where the 3 of you collect a drink and wait. After about 20 minutes, he comes back to you. He tells you, the Veiled Ones have agreed to my demands. They will meet me on the planet Undalia, or Unlendia. God, why am I saying that wrong? Unlendia. We are to meet in a location that is well away from any settlements. If I provide the item they request, they will allow my partner to leave.
Okay. Well,
Did they give you a time
before
frame?
you take off.
From the Rock of Vral, it will take us close to a week to travel to Unlendia. But it is a small price to pay for my dear Gertrudan to be released. His pseudopods come out and kind of grasp the first one, which is Skarn, I suppose, since Skarn did the rolls. Takes your hands in its pseudopods and says, please, I have but one more request. Please come with me. Please ensure that I am protected in this exchange. Please ensure that this cult does not renege on its promises. I will pay you. I will pay you much, much gold. 500 gold pieces if you will help me.
Absolutely.
Yes, obviously we'll help if we can. I thought the plan was to double-cross them and get them to go to that place so we could go rescue your partner before you ever had to make the drop.
Well, we could just take them there. Because they're going to bring her with, right?
If you're willing to try to
If they're
rescue
honest.
my partner, I would pay triple the fee. If you can rescue my partner and get her back without me
You're right.
without me giving up, if you're willing to do this, I would be eternally grateful to you. Not only would I pay triple what I offered, but I would give you access to any resource I have here on the rock.
Can you set did they set a 1 week time frame, or is that just how long it'll take you to get there?
The week is how long it would take to travel from the rock to Unlendia.
And then you would contact them when you're there?
And they would give me the location, yes.
Oh, they will give you the location. Right. I mean, we could see and tell them is like, you could say you don't have a ship right now. It's like you can get there as soon as you can and set a date, and then because the nerds said 2 weeks, right? Was what they told us to get there. I mean, do you know, I guess if we gave him the coordinates, could he tell us, is that how long it would take?
Like, to the asteroid, you mean?
Yes. Because we know where the asteroid is. If we gave him that info, would he know that that's how long it'll take?
Are you asking him?
Yeah, I mean, we'll give him the info. He goes, this is where they said she's being held.
We were told it would take 2 weeks.
Do you know where this is? Are you familiar?
You hand them the coordinates. They look it over and they consider. They then pull out several star charts and begin going through them. They're seeing map upon map slammed down on Crowborn's desk, spread out. They have a sextant in their hand. They're looking over all of the different variables. I know of this location, or at least I know the region. It would not be an easy traverse. But I know a path that could allow you to arrive at the asteroid within 3 days.
Oh, I get it now. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just realized something big. Okay, yes, absolutely. This sounds like a great plan. Let's do it.
Let's do the 3 days.
I think so, yes.
Treacherous path, 3 days to an asteroid.
Normally, I'm the one with the sickening optimism. What's going on? What do you realize?
While we're on the rock, it's too dangerous.
Okay.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's very deep.
I'm sorry, I wish I could, but as soon as we're underway, I'll let you know.
Well, then I guess if you can get us there in 3 days, he's looking at Crowborn, and they want to meet in about a week, we've got a day or two, a couple days that we can go to the nerds. They said they're going to beef our ship up. We can raid this. He's going to say Boomy. Or was Boomy there with us? No, Boomy's not there.
No. On the ship.
Like we can send our fire-crazed goblin into their scrapyard and get all kinds of fun toys to play with. So we have a little bit of time that we can supercharge the Wayfinder and get there in time.
I just want to make it clear. This is Crowborn. His kind of oblong-looking head going from each one of you. The length it takes from the Rock of Vral to Unlendia is a week. That's just at normal speed.
For sure.
That's what I was saying.
Yes.
It would take us to get there. We told them that we would meet them at Unlendia, and we would meet them then.
Okay.
Are you suggesting that we tell them that and then leave early?
I'm suggesting that you make that play, and then we go save your partner so you don't even have to leave the rock. Or rather, you can, but you'll be in transit and won't ever actually make it to the drop.
Yes. I think you prepare ship to leave. We will also prepare, but we're heading to the asteroid. As soon as we have your mate in hand, we can contact you on our ship and tell you we have her. So you don't need to actually, you can turn around at that point and come home.
That is a two-way Aether stream, so we could absolutely do that. Very well. I will tell them that we will meet them at the rendezvous. Your group will make their way in.
Boomy's repairing our ship now. We can get
Yep.
the nerds to soup our ship up, and we will get out of here as soon as we can. What do you? What? He's so like bouncing with energy. Like, what do you got, Skarn? What do you got?
I forgot.
Don't harsh the buzz.
Skarn's gonna just sort of flick its wrist to create a small illusion. Just a piece of paper appears in its hand, and it'll pass it to Zolos. That piece of paper has the words, "The cult are the monks," written on it.
Ooh. Does that paper disappear?
After a moment,
Like-
yeah.
Oh, I don't get to see it?
If you'll pass it around. Up to Zolos,
That's
really.
up to Zolos.
It's. I think he would probably see this, and at first his eyes are going to get a little wide, and then he's just thinking, he's like, and then the sides of the corners of his mouth are just going to kind of just go up at like a freaking, almost like the Grinch grin, and he's just thinking, like, wow, okay, let's do this.
Heck yeah.
I appreciate you accepting my wild paranoid fantasies at face value.
Have you met Zolos? Really? He is not someone all his plans and everything he thinks is going to go perfectly well. So of course he's going to love this.
I support it. But hey, this is enough to convince Crowborn. Very well, I will tell them that I will meet them at Unlendia. I will meet them in a fortnight. That gives you 14 days to do what you intend to do and get away. I will meet you regardless in Lendia. I will arrive there within 7 days of this time. Now, I will tell you, the routes that I am going to give you are the routes that smugglers use to traverse through wild space. The aether currents that exist within our universe are complicated, as I'm sure you well know. There are large currents that exist that travel between the aether spheres, but currents hit other currents and eddy and flow and create small rifts that allow one to traverse if you know how they interact with one another. The guidance I am going to provide you is the guidance that smugglers use to get through the wild spaces. It is a mathematical formula. It is complicated. It is dangerous. And because of that, I must caution you. I can give you the path to the location in wild space that this asteroid is. But if you use this technique beyond the area I know, I must warn you, it could be the death of you all. I have had centuries to understand the eddies and currents of the Aether in wild space. It will be much powering up and powering down. Short gusts of energy. It will be much work. It will allow you to reach your destination. I cannot say for certain what will happen if you use that beyond my guidance. Be careful with this knowledge.
Understood. Thank you for the warning. And the route.
He is going
ever since
Hey, my internet went out for a second.
Sorry, go ahead, Zolos.
he's like, I guess when he was saying, he goes, you could die. He's like, I've almost guaranteed and thought that we were going to die the second we left our homeworld. And he's going to look at the other two. He goes, I'm sorry, guys. That's just how I've been feeling. So, I mean, I hope that's not true. But if we're going to we do go out doing something good and helping somebody.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. Sounds like the exact sort of thing the city guard are supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe less the daring nautical rescue missions, but you see what I'm getting at.
I am going to go ahead and show you all a map, so at least you get an idea of where you're going to be going compared to where you are now. There is the Rock of Vral. You can see on the lower left side there is the cult's asteroid. You can see the Aether current that leads away from it, about 2 days' journey from that asteroid, leading to Unlendia. So you know what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to follow Crowborn's directions to get through wild space from the rock to the asteroid. Crowborn says, very well. I will communicate your wishes to the cult and tell them when to and where to meet me. I will tell them to meet me in a week and a half time so that I can gather my resources and give them what they wish. You have 11 days to secure my partner. And when the cult arrives on Unlandia, they will find a vicious welcome.
I like the sound of that.
Are we in agreement?
Zolos will put out his hand to shake whatever Crowborn puts out there.
It's a pseudopod. It's just like when it touches you, it's cold, it's clammy. Like, have you ever touched an oyster, just a raw oyster, unshucked?
Yes.
It feels like that. It feels like wet and spongy, and there's a bit of tension, but it's also kind of weird feeling. That's what it feels like to touch a pseudopod.
For Zolos, that's probably not a bad thing. For him out of the group is probably the only one that would be like, oh, and he gets a little moment of home touching fucking Crowborn's pseudopod. A new kink is unlocked for Zolos.
But you should now be able to see the path you have to go.
Perfect.
Wow. I think this is an excellent place to end things for this evening. With this agreement made, your group can head back to your ship. You now have a path that will take you about 3 days' journey from the Rock of Vral to the area where the asteroid is. You
I feel
have
bad
your
about making that decision without everyone there, but we're on a time limit, so.
Sure.
That's fair. Well, you can discuss what you're going to be doing, and you can plot out your path from here. We'll be picking up in 2 weeks. So you have that time to decide how you're going to approach the cult and this asteroid. But in the meantime, thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what our heroes do as they head out to the asteroid where the cult of the Veiled One is said to be hiding out. Should be a lot of fun. As always, I like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Skarn, you did the recap. Sort of.
Absolutely.
So why don't you go first?
So you can always find me on Blue Sky at Nobody Adams. That's Adams with 2 Ds like the family. And I do a bunch of other stuff. The main things I do are the Us Weirdos Have to Stick Together podcast, which is about queer representation in cartoons. We're currently discussing Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated because the creators said that Velma was specifically designed to be a lesbian in that show, but the producers wouldn't let them, so that's what we're talking about this one. I'm also on the Axe Files podcast, a 9 chapters a week reread of every single Animorphs book in order. Our advanced feed is just finishing up the Hork-Bajir Chronicles, and our free feed is just about doing the last chapter of the Megamorphs 2 in the Time of Dinosaurs, a truly ridiculous and silly book that exists only so K.A. Applegate could say, hey, cool dinosaurs. On top of that, though, if you head over to Us Weirdos Cast on Patreon, you'll also get my queer book recommendations. Normally, I don't tell people what I'm talking about because that's paywall material, but because it's Pride Month, I'm giving you all a sneak peek. So, this week, I am talking about Outlawed by Anna North. Ooh. That's not showing up well because of the glare. In 1894, a midwife's apprentice is forced to run when babies dying because she tells them it's German measles and they won't believe it's not witchcraft. Forced to hole up with the notorious Hole-in-the-Wall gang led by Kid, quickly becomes their doctor. They promise they'll help her along to head for more studying and further out west, but only if she helps them steal an entire town first.
All about queer representation, I'm down for it. Heck yeah. Lark, you're up next. Can't hear you.
Hi, my name's Alyssa. I go by Serenity on most online spaces. I'm not really in any current projects that are out there. There are a few that are in the works in the background. We'll see what happens. But I do make some nerdy crocheted stuff that you can find on Instagram at Alyssa Crochets. That's about it.
Here's my buddy
Oh, and then
Strahd.
there's Princess Samwise with the glowing demon eyes.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Boomy, you're next.
Yo, I'm Dreezy Boomy. My name's KOINES, and I'm a chef in real life. You can see my creations and my seasonal exploration of vegetables on Spice Lord Coins on Instagram.
Heck yeah. Dr. Bloom, you're next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nico, and I play your ever more and more concerned Dr. Ezra Bloom. Too bad I didn't take my specialty in psych. Whoops. You can find me on the internet at Tempest Astray. Thank you for having me, as always.
Heck yeah. Zolos, you're up.
I have been Zolos Vohnagath tonight. Normally, my name is Joe. I'm also in our Curse of Strahd, the Son of the Blood campaign coming up on Wednesday. I know we traveled after meeting with Darts back to Argynvost. We ran into Strahd and some of his werewolf puppets. They are dicks. He just kind of like, hey, yeah, you guys got to meet me soon or I'm going to kill all of you. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. You know, he did the whole Dracula thing.
Definitely.
We talked to the guy, the captain of Argynvost, like the leader of the group. I remember it. He didn't believe us that the bones that we brought back of Argynvost. Were we about to get into a fight? I don't remember.
No, you just had to do a thing.
Yeah, we gotta
we'll find out in like 2 days. It'll be fun.
Return the bones to the crypt, I believe, is definitely something. I don't remember the other part. I got so many D&D games right now going on in my head that I'm in that I forget. Other than that, come join me on X, Blood from a Stone. It is a lot of fun right now with a lot of certain people on X loving a certain somebody's birthday that happened this weekend and denying the fact that it was an absolute fucking shit show. And it's just so much fun making fun of them. Please come join me. It is the absolute best.
True story. Well, hey, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every Monday and Wednesday running crazy games for crazy people. I love them so much. It's always fun. You can find me on if it's a social media and it exists, you can find me on @ScruffyWanderer. So come hang out with me. It's always a lot of fun. Other than that, come hang out with us every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and who knows, maybe we'll fill up those other time slots. But until that time, I just want to say, on behalf of everyone here in the Wayfinder crew and everyone with Random Rhapsody, thank you so much. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may the winds of Aether ever fill your sails. And good night.